I'm gonna bring in the G-Man because this is how I imagine what you guys are looking like as I'm trying to cook here. By the end of this video, I'm hoping that I will change your mind a little bit on how you view this G-Shock watch. In particular, maybe you'll consider getting the watch. Alright, there's a lot of point of view that I want to bring out, maybe 4 to 5 examples. But first, I gotta say, this is the most polarizing G-Shock watch so far. It is designed to deter bullies at school. You know what? I think it's totally opposite of that. Due to how big this thing is. This thing will definitely attract a lot of attention, which I think a lot of Gen Z, are into. They want a lot of attention, and this watch give that. Like literally. We know that this watch would do the same as well. But this thing, in my opinion, I haven't measured the size yet, but just by looking at it, the numbers don't really matter. This is probably the biggest G-Shock watch so far, alright? I mean, I have a big G-Shock over here, like a bunch of them. This is probably the biggest G-Shock in my collection. GPW2000, it has a lot of function, GPS antenna, dual day system, multiple dials in there, carbon fiber. I mean, look at that thing. Insanely big, but this is for a good reason, right? But this one mark. Look at how big this thing marked the GPW2000, and for what? There's no function at all in here. I mean, you got your timekeeping, wall time, stopwatch, timer, alarm, and back to home timekeeping. Basically, it works like the basic square G-Shock watch, or I would say the Casio, but it has the size of a master of G. This is the GPW1000, insanely big, also really thick, and this guy beat it. I'll buy at least 2. Some people will get 2 depending on your needs, I would say. For most people, I would say, not for most people, for most G-Shock enthusiasts, no. Just get one, and if you go to the link down in the description box, shameless plug here, to buy Japan, you could already buy the straps only available right now on Rakuten Japan. Get the watch, probably used condition, secondhand, get them as cheap as you possibly can, like I did actually. I paid half the price, brand new. Anyway, I didn't like it until I watched this video. Sorry. Seeing it on a wrist at a different angle sells it. The hands are terrible though. Yeah, I totally agree. The hands are circular in shape. They should have made it more of a boxy design or pointy. That would look better in my opinion. I agree with that. Those needs to go. Sure. I hate the fake silver. Well, probably I'm not sure about the hands or the silver version. I don't like those as well. Though it looks kind of a bit more standout than one of these. But the other colors work. The black looks good, and I think a metal version, could work better. I don't think so. Maybe a metal indices on the top here will look better. I mean, it stands out a lot. It's gonna add more protection. In my opinion, a metal index mark will be better. It's definitely a style piece more than anything, but I'm on board. Now, I would say that I would agree. This is more of a fashion watch. You could even check from G-Shock Japan Instagram page, G-Shock US, G-Shock I would say UK, or you could see that the way that they promote the watch is more of a fashion timepiece rather than functional timepiece, like say one of these, or like most master of G. But then again, every entry-level G-Shock watch are made to be that way, right? They often promote, if you actually focus on the promotional video, oftentimes they promote all this entry-level G-Shock to the youth, to the younger audience. They know they are into this kind of thing because the negative display works in that regard. This guy is insane in terms of analog visibility. The digital part, you could just ignore that. It is pretty much useless. I totally agree. Casio should have made at least this section here. This side is in positive display. This one could be negative. I'm all fine. Alright, I need to bring us another point here that I think really important. I should have bring this thing earlier. Anyway, this thing costs about 21,000 Japanese yen, right? I paid half the price, so that's even better for me. I want to tell you guys something. I have a lot of Master of G, alright? If you ever own a Master of G, you know that one of the selling points of getting one of these, aside from the sensor, a lot of those complications, is the fact that these watches has what they call tough movement. Basically what it does is, if this watch ever was subjected to a lot of shocks, if the hands got misaligned, every day the hands will automatically align itself somewhere between at the 11 o'clock position. It will check, and if it's misaligned, it will align itself back in place. So the hands will continuously being pointed to accurate position every single time. Normal G-Shock can't do that. All right, this watch can. So because of that new magnetic hand structure, where if ever subject to impact, it will just align itself automatically in place, you're practically getting a tough movement G-Shock that would normally cost you $800 up all the way to 1,000, maybe more, at only around $100, maybe less. Tough movement from a Master of G are now available on lower end G-Shock. Think about that. But still, ugliest watch ever. I totally get it. The design is ugly. It could be improved, especially in this section over here. Normally, every G-Shock always have something, right? They always have texture. This one has unique screws. This one has unique. This is the hard case itself, like totally stand out, visible. You have some lettering there, some, look at the shape here and there. This one have a stud at the front. This one have it as well. This should have made the screws to be locked from the front, not from the side here, which is such a loss there. Like this GPW 2000, look at that, they have this decorative thing here. All right, this is a lot better. You can see some carbon fiber, a lot of shapes and texture. So this watch is empty in this section, which probably turned off a lot of people, and I totally get that they put these holes here for ventilation, but barely do anything. I wear this watch for about an hour or so, and now these sweatings. But they do have a typical G-Shock fashion design as far as this thing goes. Every G-Shock have their own unique band design. See, look at that, all this strap. They all was designed differently, and this one have it as well. It have a texture on it with this shape, which I did not like the shape, but at the end of the day, it still have the regular typical G-Shock fashion signature design. All right, for this model only, and it goes all the way over here on the band keeper as well, which is unique. They did not just recycle some, I don't know, metal band keeper like one of these or one of these. They actually redesigned them like one of these. So I appreciate this part. The resin buckle is, well, you could already expect this from lower end G-Shock these days, but you could always swap them out for about $1-2 to metal buckle and your problem will be solved. Aside from that, remember, despite being so ugly, it look like, I don't know, a bootleg brand G-Shock on the market, it is still 20 bar water resistant. Remember, this is still your typical G-Shock watch. Like all this Master of G, they are built with the same material quality. So even though it look ugly, it feels weird, it look weird, the quality is still up to par with a G-Shock. It is higher standard than a regular Casio watch, even higher standard than regular, I don't know, cheap knockoff brands out there. Now, I need to bring some other point here, that something that Casio totally missed out of. They made a lot of promotional video when they, try to sell this thing, but I think they made mistakes. All they have to do is bring this in. This is the GQ300. I also have the GQ200, an alarm clock. I mean, look at this thing and look at this watch. They should have just, you know what? Hey, we made an alarm clock before to represent the first ever idea behind all of our G-Shock watch, and this design is supposedly to represent this design, so that's why it looked the way it is. So in a way, this GA-V01 is horologically accurate as far. If you go to this magazine release during G-Shock 30th anniversary, look at that. This is what I was talking about. This is it. This is the prototype, the hollow structure test equipment for the G-Shock that just plays a movement. There's a ball. And you can see this thing again. Look at that. Right in front of Mr. Kikuo eBay himself. Over there. This is it. So this is the prototype of the first G-Shock, and Casio did not promote it as often, and they create one of these. This is the more, bulky version. There's the GQ200, bit more sleeker version. But the point I'm trying to make, they should have promoted this GA-V01 in that regard rather than whatever they're doing right now. When I first saw it, I thought it was a joke. Same here. I did mention that in the video as well. The most ugly G-Shock ever. Hey, I'm not disagreeing. It looked awful, but I have a feeling it will be regarded more highly as time goes on. I kind of agree with that, almost the same way that we view our DW6700, which I think really aren't as popular. I think the reason why Cas released them once and then they stopped making them, and then just never seen them again until recently when they stopped promoting Gravity Master G-Shock watch again. Does have the retro futuristic looks to it, which I think still gonna stand the test of time. I think Cassie knows that they already got us locked in. So if they ever release any G-Shock at all they have to do is create like anything closely similar to this 4 design or this 1, 2, 3 design, and people would just straight ahead and buy the watch. I'm sorry, Cassie already got us locked in with this, and this. They want this kind of audience as well. The same way where I'm gonna use the last example here in the sneaker world. We got the Jordan 6s, Jordan 1s, probably my favorite. They are boxy, they are bulky, they have a lot of padding. And a lot of people like those. They are really, really cool looking shoes. But remember, there's also the Crocs. They are bulky, just like this guy. They are lightweight, just like this guy. They are ugly, just like this guy. But still, people get the shoes. So there's specific kind of audience that Cas is trying to target here with the release of this watch, and they will find this audience. And once they got this, maybe they'll go into this. The last point, this is not related to me trying to sell this G-Shock watch at all. I just find it quite interesting that never really see or knows about who designed this, who designed this, or any one of these G-Shock watch at all. Probably they all were designed by a totally different person, but they show us who designed this G-Shock watch. I have a feeling that they know how the public gonna react when they see this GA-V01, so they just straight ahead, before everybody could say anything, just, hey, this is the designer for this G-Shock watch. If you have any issues at all, just bring it up to this person. And that's the only logical way I could think about it. One of the few times where they share who the designer of a G-Shock watch. They've never done it before. So maybe something to that. Anyway, this video already been long enough. I'm going to make a list. Yep. Everybody's looking for that list right now. It's a hot topic. I'm going to give you that list. Basically all the things you need to know, summarized in a few points in the next video. Until then, thank you very much for watching. This is G-Shock High Fashion channel. You know what? Let's try that thing again. Bam, bump it, bump it, bump it. There you go. You can see that, right? Bump it. You can see that the hand like move back in place. There we go. Anyway, thank you very much for watching.